trying to figure it out too.
I think with like a bit more practice, we could like get this done easily.
Okay. Anything else? This has come in SAT college, but you will see this problem in practice test paper number 7. Okay.
I think I know how to solve this, but
Okay. Good sign. Others, please.
I just don't know how to start, but I think if I can't figure out how to start, I would be able to do it.
Okay. Here is the thing. Key point. If you have x to the power m by x to the power n, the first thing is formula is you will subtract the powers. That is the first learning you have to do. That will be required. Another important learning, we already know root over of x is equals to x to the power half. We already know. Okay, that's clear. So
what do we do for negatives? Like if
Negative?
x to the power of m, where m is negative, what would we do then? I wasn't here the classes before.
This is the formulation.
Oh, okay.
Are we all clear? Are we all clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here is the problem. In this particular scenario, A, B, C, D, it is all jumbled. If it is jumbled, that is what it is causing the main like brainstorming. What do I do? Okay, here is one thing. In A, B, C, D option, do you all see that the numerator has all y?
Yes.
Numerator has all y. Are we all seeing? In A, B, C, D options, all y is there at the top in the numerator. Is it fair enough to say that? And all the x components are down, means denominator. Can I say that? You observe something? A, B, C, D. All the y components, whether it's in exponent or radical form, they are all in the numerator. And the denominator has x components. Is it okay?
Yes.
Now in the option section A, B, C, D, do you see that they are represented in radical form, unlike the problem which is in exponent form?
Yes.
Yes.
That is a breakthrough. So what am I going to do is, when I observed A, B, C, D, I see that all the numerator has the radicals of y in the numerator, and all the denominators has x component in radical form. I am going to take that approach to transform this problem, okay, as x to the power minus 2, y to the power half by x to the power 1/3, y to the minus 1. I'm going to take the approach of moving these y components down, y components to the numerator side and x component to the denominator side first. Okay. Now my first thing is, I want to bring this y to the power minus 1 to the numerator. What will happen? Just think on y to the power minus
1. The 1 will be positive.
1 will be positive. Are we all sure? See, there is an equivalent formula for this one is x to the power m equals to 1 by x to the power minus m. Right? So that means this one, y to the power minus 1, which is here. If I want to bring it on the numerator side, okay, numerator side, this will become positive. Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the next step, I am bringing it at the top. So this became y. Y to the power negative 1 means y to the power 1. I will leave this y to the power half here as it is. And now my next step is I want to bring this down. What should I do?
Make the 2 positive.
Are you sure?
Yes, once it's down in the denominator, the 2 will be positive.
Ananya, Dia,
I agree, sir.
Meenakshi, Vishwa.
Yes, I agree.
I agree too.
I agree.
So I will leave this x 1 by 3 as it is and x to the power 2. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Would it be D?
Don't jump onto the solution, guys. Stay. Aram se, no problem.
Okay.
Next step is, see, my answer options have all radical form. So let's try to convert this in radical form. Y will remain as it is. I can't do anything. Y to the power half, can I write it as radical of y?
Yes.
X 1 by 3 means, can I write same radical, but it is, since it is not 2, I have to keep 3 here. Am I correct? X 1 by 3 is actually this. Are we okay with this or no? Anybody needs explanation? Yes and no, please. Okay, let me explain you. If this is a root x, you said this is x to the power half. And I said that if there is any number over here, let's say cube root, then it is x to the power 1 by 3, right? So see, x 1 by 3, I'm writing down as it is.
But
Are
the
we
x
clear?
square will remain the same, right?
Yes, x square will have to remain same. We can't do, it doesn't apply for a radical. You have changed it to all radical forms, right?
So the answer is D.
Do you think like this answer is D? Are we sure the answer is D? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Answer is D. Now that you understood this, applying the rules of the exponents, how do you think the problem level is? Now can you do this kind of problem if it comes?
Sir, I said this is like a medium problem.
No problem. But are we clear on this problem? How did we solve it?
Yeah.
Mostly, sir.
Okay, very clear. Right. Okay. Let's jump on to the next problem. Let's see if there are something interesting. I remain quiet in this problem. I'll remain quiet. think about how can we find a when a to the power minus half equals to x. Okay, let me pick up some folks here. I would say Jasmita, Ishan, Rushil, who else? Steve. Try it out, guys. The names I've written on the board. Try it out. What is your first step? What do you want to do? Thing is clear. I want to find A. Very clear. Okay. What do you think should be my first step?
It's a negative half. So when it's a negative half, when you have halves, when you have a number to the power of half, it becomes a radical, but since it's negative, I think it would be a negative a squared.
Negative A square.
That's just my thoughts.
Okay. Good sharing thoughts. Others are still pending to share their thoughts, guys.
I think it'd be 1 over a squared because the negative makes it like
Not asking answer, just give me the next step. That's all. What is the next step you are doing? What is the thing?
Sir, so I rewrote the equation. So a to the negative 1/2, I saw it as 1 over square root of a is equal to x. And then I did the algebra, so I
Will it
multiplied.
become 1 by root A?
Yeah.
How? That's what
Because
you need to explain.
so a to the 1/2 is square root of a, but the negative means it's 1 over a square root of a. So that's why I rewrote it as 1 over square root of a.
Guys, here is the thing. Break it in simpler pieces. Before you become an expert, try to break it first. Apply this formula. Okay. This will become 1 by a to the power half equals to x. Is it okay? Are we clear? Yes. Now next, this is actually a to the power half means 1 by a root over of a equals to x, right? Okay, fine. Now I have lot of other options to solve this problem, but let's take a simple approach. Squaring both sides. 1 by root over of a to the power square equals to x square. This will become 1 by a equals to x square. Are we following?
Yes, sir, I'm following.
Yes, sir.
Revert both sides. Now, guys, here is another thing. If you have a by b equals to c by d, then you can always flip the ratios. You can make it b by a equals to d by c. This is a flip that we have done. This is also applicable. I'm going to flip this. By default, if you have nothing here, it is 1 here. So that means I flipped a by 1 equals to 1 by x square, which also means a equals to 1 by x square. Are we clear?
I had a question.
Yes.
So when we did the x square, I thought that we would have to make it a negative when we flip.
Negative. When we did the square, do I need to make it negative? Here is the step that you are referring to.
No, the last one.
Last one.
Yeah, I thought when we are like flipping,
Flipping? Okay.
I
Good
would have
question.
to make it a negative.
Okay. I told you, flipping one-sided will become negative. If I flip both sides, then there is no negative. Did I flip both sides?
Yes.
Are we clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Others, please. Okay. Let's hear about it. Another way of doing this, I am going to make a direct square, squaring both sides. Now, guys, if you do not want to get wrong, you always make this, work it out like this. 2 the power 2 equals to x to the power 2. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if this is clear, then in the next step, a to the power minus half multiplied by 2 equals to x square. I'm just multiplying the power. So 2 goes away. I am still left with a to the power minus 1 equals to x square. Is it now clear?
Yes.
Okay. Does this mean I can say 1 by a equals to x square?
Yes.
Flipping both sides, a equals to 1 by x square. This is another way of doing it. Are we okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear? C is the answer for this.
Yes, sir.
This is a very interesting problem, guys. Okay. You will see this problem in SAT Quality Code practice test 1. It is a tough problem to me. How about you guys?
I think it's a tough problem too.
Meenakshi, Vishwa, Rachel, Ananya. Somebody wants to get some easy questions. Do you think we should?
I think this is doable.
No, I'm asking in general. Somebody wants to say, sir, we are dealing with 2 tough problems. We should lower down our standard a little bit more before we come to these kind of problems. Let me ask very specific, but you have to be honest with me, guys. Sarah, what do you think? Should we lower down our standard a bit? We are discussing 2 complicated problems. Sarah, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Honestly, I feel like if we're kind of pushed in the right direction, we may be able to do it. Because, like, I think the problem that most of us have is that when we see the numbers, we kind of get afraid. But then, like, once we're pushed in the right direction and how to do it, it'll become simpler. And we'll see that, oh, this is easy. I shouldn't get worried.
Okay. So you mean to say that this kind of problem we should continue to discuss, right? We are okay.
Yeah.
That's a comment. That's an opinion from Sarah, guys. It should not change your opinion, guys. Don't be afraid. I'm just taking a feedback. Where are we heading towards? Whether we should lower down some standard. Sometimes I feel I'm going very high standard. I'm just directly discussing all SAT questions. But I always feel that if I'm discussing SAT questions are not that tough. I want to show how to solve them. I want to show like how tough problems are dealt with. Okay, but I don't want to discount the fact that you may not be, when you're learning things for the first time, you may not be at that standard. So as a teacher, things are there in my mind, guys. But I have to, when I'm teaching, I want to match up with your level so that things become slowly easier for you, not like a altogether. So that is why I'm taking the. So let me take a feedback from one more person. Jasmeeta, how about you?
I really like the challenging problems that we're doing because I feel like I learn something every day in class. So I like that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Meenakshi, Vishwa.
I
Don't
agree.
go by your friends. Yeah. Oh, what is your thought?
I also think that we should do more challenging problems.
Okay. These are all challenges in my batch. Okay, fine. Okay. Coming to this problem. How many of I am saying this is a tough problem. How about you guys?
I agree. This is a tough problem.
I think it's a pretty easy problem.
Sai, you are making the standard very high, man. Come on. Making the things like directly from tough to simple, you are saying like it is easy problem. Come on, man. You're challenging everybody, man.
I think it's easy, sir, if you look at it from the right angle. Like originally you wouldn't think of it this way, but then you have to like mess around with it.
Okay, Jasmeeta, what is your thought? How would you approach it?
Well, the 8 above would become 2 to the power of 3. So then that.
Okay. Thank you. Rachel saying, oh, I'm lost. These people are talking like making my morning nonsense. Come on. What, Rachel?
I'm still thinking, sir.
Okay. Don't worry, Rachel. I'm there with you. Have some tea, coffee, relax your mind. Everything is going okay. You must be just thinking, okay, I'm like, maybe I'm sitting with a bunch of, mathematicians or heading towards some university. And don't worry. Things will come to you also.
I have an idea on how to solve it, but I'm not sure if it's like the right way.
That is when we need to present your idea now. If you are not sure, you should definitely speak. That's
Okay,
this is the way to do it or not. Yes, tell me.
So I think that using the 3x minus y equal to 12, we like solve for both x and y by like getting it like either x to in terms of y or y in terms of x. And then we input those values into the fraction a to power x over 2 power y, and then we solve.
That is a solvable approach, Ananya. You find out either x and y and put that in the powers.
Yeah.
Solvable. But there is a little bit easier way also.
I also have a thought.
Oh.
Yes, go ahead, Dia.
So I was thinking that what if we take one of like find x and y, taking them as intercepts and find their value?
Direction is not correct, Dia. Don't make too much things too complicated. It is all about exponents. 8 to the power x, 2 to the power y. Think in this direction. 8 is nothing but 2 to the power 3. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
We know this. 2 cube is 8.
Yes.
This becomes 2 to the power 3x by 2 to the power y. Is that okay? Yes?
Yes.
We learned a formula a to the power m by a to the power n equals to a to the power m minus n. We learned this.
Yes.
Here is 2, here is 2, just like a. Power should be subtracted. 2 to the power 3x minus y. Is that okay?
Yeah.
3x minus y is already given to you. Look at the problem. And that is equals to 12. And that is your answer. Yes. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Another problem, guys. We have to do some extensive practice here. I'll remain quiet on this problem, guys. For initial 2 minutes and let you think. So what kind of problem? Easy, medium, tough, not clear, confused problem. What is that?
It's a medium problem. It's
Yeah.
doable.
Sir, I say this is medium to easy.
Okay. So 2 minutes are over, guys. I'm seeing a lot of silence. What happened?
I think it's like a bit of a confusing question because
Okay.
I'm not sure what to do with the denominator.
Okay, Ananya, no problem.
Sir, I think it's an easy problem if you play with the exponent.
Okay. Rushil,
So I also say this is an easy problem.
Rachel, Rachel, you there? Ishan,
I have my doubts, but I think we should probably square root by 4 first.
square root by 4.
Yeah.
If you do a square root by 4, first thing is square root by 4 is something like sounds very different. Square root
No, that's not what I mean. I mean like
means to the power 4. Let's do 1 by 4. That's what you meant?
yes.
Good thought. No issues. Meenakshi, Vishwa, any thoughts?
I think we should, like what we did with the previous problem, I think we should simplify 9 to 2 to the power through 3 to the power 2 or 3 squared.
Very good. Very good. This is 9, 3 by 4. Let's try to simplify it as 3 square, 3 by 4. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
9 can be written as 3 square, right?
Yes, sir.
This becomes 2 multiplied by 3 by 4. Does it
Yes,
become
sir.
3 by 2 at the top?
Yes.
Are we clear till this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are sometimes people get confused. After coming this point, how do I match with ABC? I will leave up to you guys to think about it. My way is different. There are so many other things you can do like these, that, go back to ABCD, see it, figure out and all this. I'll try to give you another example. What am I going to do is, 3 can be broken as 3 to the power 1 plus half. This one. What is 3 by 2? 3 by 2 is what? 1.5. So I added 1 plus half. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. We learned a formula that if powers are added, it means it can also be written as this. We learned that.
Yes.
So this case, I am going to write 3 to the power 1 multiplied by 3 to the power half. Can I do that?
Yeah.
This is 3. This 3 to the power half, I am writing down as a radical form. How far are we clear? Yes, I do agree that it is not very straightforward of a problem. It's a little tricky. You have to apply some out of the box things to get it cleared out. It's foggy problem, basically. That's all I would say. You have, as I told you guys, there are so many different approaches you can try it out. I'm not saying you cannot. You can definitely try it out. Okay. You can break it in different terms. That will also be okay. 3 by 4 can accept okay. This is just one way of it. How many of you understood at least the part that I did?
I got it, sir. I'm clear.
I understood, sir.
Okay. Okay. Guys, last question for the day. I don't want to take this problem. This sounds like okay. Let's try. If this is, I'm going to make it done in like 1 minute, and then we'll take one more radical problem at least, because this is too easy of a problem. Okay, I said it is. That doesn't mean that it could be easy for you.
So this is a pretty easy problem.
Even I think it's an easy problem.
So I agree, it's really easy.
This is a little extra easy.
This problem, if you remember, square root of 9 is 3 and square root of 64 is 8. We are so done. Root x is equals to 8 minus 3, 5. Squaring both sides, x is equals to 25. Make sense? Easy?
Yes, sir. It's easy.
Okay. Last problem for the day. Okay, guys, I know I'm dragging too many problems here, but this topic needs a lot of practice, without which you cannot have it actually. I have a model question that I want to bring up. No. Mhm. Okay, this is okay. How do we deal with this kind of problems? Please take your like a minute and try to think. Have you ever seen this kind of problem, guys? In your maybe doing in like some books, maybe doing in your class?
No, sir.
Yes,
I'm not.
sir.
I've
Yeah,
seen a couple
have.
types of problems.
They're not easy ones, right? Are they easy ones?
No.
Not quite easy ones, guys.
I mean, usually the problems we get are hard, but I mean, this one's a little bit easier solvable.
Okay, guys, we have to understand what is the approach. How do we deal with these kind of problems and what happens in these kind of problems? Guys, here is the important thumb rule here. See, when you have an expression with such like x plus 4, 5x minus 4, 2x minus 2x plus 2, something like whatever. The only way of getting rid of that area or like, that portion is to say, to square it. There is no other alternative to it. Are we clear? Are we saying it? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
what is the problem will happen when you square it? The left hand side x plus 4 will be cleaned out. Why it will clean out? Because it's a radical. You are making a square of the radical. Then it will come out as x plus 4. Everybody agrees? I am talking about left hand side only.
Yes.
Everybody agrees?
Yes, sir.
Right hand side, since you squared both sides, right hand side will become x minus 2 whole square.
Yes, sir.
This will lead to ultimately form a quadratic equation. And for quadratic equation, when you will have a quadratic equation, there is a possibility of finding two answers to it. So you have to not just use the concept of radical here. While you solve it, you also have to use the concept of quadratic equation. Ultimately, it may happen. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, sir.
So this you have to understand this first, that when you see this kind of problem, okay, you have to understand that left hand side, if I am doing a square, then I will get back x plus 4. That is okay. But right hand side will ultimately lead you to get a quadratic form, because x minus 2, as soon as you do whole square, ultimately when you solve later, it will become an x square. Once you get x square, it is a quadratic form. Quadratic form means you have to go find the roots. That will give you the values of x. We have learned squaring method, midterm breakup, and then we have also learned about the quadratic formula, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. That is how you need to solve it. Okay. Here is the thing, guys. I would recommend you to take a snapshot of this problem, guys. Next class, I think I'll probably continue a bit more on exponents and radicals to make it rock solid. Okay. We'll solve more of certain problems and then we'll close up this topic. Okay. Please take a snapshot, guys. And then once you are done, you may log off. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Yes,
So
Dia.
I won't be in the next class.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay,
I'll
Dia.
try my best to check with the timings, but I'm mostly sure that I won't be there because of the timings and the schedule and everything.
Take care.
So what do you recommend me to do?